one of the two most dominant positions in jiu-jitsu. We want to get to mount. That's why mount, like MMA, is important. There's nothing to stop us from raining down punches. When we're trying to punch from mount, my arm is always going to be longer than his, right? Just by the nature of the positions. He's got the ground behind his head, so the damage I can do not only from the punch, but from the secondary contact from his head to the mat is more damaging than him punching me nothing behind my head. Long story short, we don't want to be here. I want to be here if I'm on top. I don't want to be here if I'm on bottom. So when I'm here, I want to make sure I solidify this position. I'm not doing anything until I tire this guy out to make sure I can stay here forever. This should be the beginning of the end if I get to a place like this, or even side control, but for sure mount. So when I'm here, first off, I always need my heels pulled in to his butt, underneath his knees. If they're out here and he's bridging, I can fly anywhere. I can fly off him, but I want to kind of dig in like spurs, right here. My knees are wide. I want my hips low to the mat. My hands are wide, and I'm chest to chest here. Nice and heavy, feeling him out, riding him out. I'm never up like this. I need to make him carry every ounce of weight that I can and tire him out here. Okay, sorry, Tim. So we're gonna start here. And then, we're gonna go through a few things. So I'm gonna cover 3 real quick and we'll drill them. The first thing people do when you're mounted, when they're not used to being mounted, is they're gonna push. They're gonna create that space, okay? So what I wanna do is we swim through this, but before we even do that, my goal is to tire this guy out. So when I submit him, he just wants to give it to me because he wants to get out of here, okay? So when he puts his arms out, I'm gonna lean forward and make his arms tired, right? I'm gonna make him carry some weight before I start to swim through. And so once I hold it for like 1 or 2, I'm swimming through one at a time, from inside out. The reason why I swim through one at a time is if I go both at the same time and he locks them both up, he's gonna roll me and reverse the position. Okay, so swimming through 1, 2. He pushes again, make him carry your weight, 1, 2. Now, if he knows a little jiu-jitsu, or maybe not, he's gonna panic, he's gonna grab one of my arms. When he does, I'm gonna palm up, pull my arm out, right back to the mat. What I don't do, go ahead and grab some, is posture up, trying to pull it out of here. Even if it's tight, just take your time working it out and back down. He goes the other side, palm up, pull it out, right back down. Okay, pretty basic. And then the last one, for now, is when he tries to throw you to the side. When he tries to bridge you to the side, you can push him to the side. Right, boom, I'm cupping the head, back of the head, and facing out until he settles. And then when he goes the other side, I'm cupping the head, pulling the head off the mat. It's hard for him to bridge when you pull his head off the mat. He needs to contact in the back of his head to get his hips up. So here until we settle back again. So side to side. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll partner up, we'll push, swim, we'll trap an arm, we'll palm up, pull out. And then when they push you to the side, we'll cup the head. Things we just covered are how to deal with when you mount a beginner, for the most part. They're gonna try to throw you off, they're gonna push, they're not gonna be very technical with anything they do. But the next 2, if this guy knows what he's doing, he's gonna try to go knee to elbow. He's gonna try to get on his side and get his elbow. He wants to create space between my knees, go ahead Tim, to bring his leg underneath to get the half guard, okay? So which is the right move. Okay, so when I feel him start to get on his side, I want to get under that elbow. I want to cup under the elbow, okay? And I'm just going to lift the elbow to flatten him back. He does the same thing on the other side, under the elbow. And notice, look, I like to move my hand over and put my head down. I really like to burrow and mount. Like usually when I get to mount, the first thing I do is this. And just tie this guy up. Don't even let him get his hands to the mat. Very little. So, same thing. When he starts going knee to elbow, I'm here. I'm burrowing. I'm getting on that side. I'm getting the leverage I need off the mat to lift and drive my knee up. I want to replace it in his elbow, his armpit. He does the other side. I'm cupping, lifting, driving my knee. Now look, I'm high mount. We can do a lot of things here, but for now, he's going to shimmy, create that spacing, and we're going to do it again. Okay? It's 1. The second one is when this guy is tired and he realizes he's not going anywhere, he's going to want to turn. Okay? I'm going to let him. I'm going to give him as little space as possible when he does. So he wants to get out of dodge. I'm letting him turn, but I'm smothering. When he pops up to his knees, boom. My hooks are in. One hand under at least always, or over under. If both are over and he lifts his hips, He's gonna start shaking me off here. Okay, so I have to have one arm under. Go ahead and say turtle. Pop your knees up. So same thing. I'm here maintaining now. If he wants to, he doesn't like this and he wants to go back to his back, let him. Let him flatten out, drop, and I stay tight. Okay? So I'm gonna get you in a half guard. How do we get out of it? Look, I need to keep my knee above his. I can't let him get his hips above my knee, or he's already on his side in the half guard and working the pummel the escapes. So whenever they get him in the half guard, guys, I have to keep my knee out here. Okay? So now I have to free my foot, and I'm going to free my foot with the other foot. The problem is his hand is free to push me deeper into half guard, which I don't want to have happen. So before I start doing that, I have to get under his arms and take it out of the way. And I like to get under both, just like I said, like this. Now his hands can't push my knees, and now I can take my time, basing off my head, to put my foot there and pry my foot out. And now that I'm here, I can get a little higher and start to get back to where I was. So we're gonna add resistance, and you guys are gonna, put each other in the half guard. When you do, immediately, boom, stay heavy, get underneath this arm. Crawl him flat. Foot on, free it, right back to mount.
Can I see your technique, Tim, on getting him a half guard again?
Okay, so, and then I try to get to the side. And I push him back down, you gotta move that. Underneath the arm, crawl it out. Use my other foot to get out.
So you're going towards my out, you're not going over his arm and pulling it up.
I don't.
Okay.
On that, I get under the arms and I crawl them up. So there
Yeah.
Yeah. Once he puts me in a half guard, it's too late to lift and replace. I just get underneath, crawl the arms out, and use my other foot to get my foot back. Okay? All right, we're going to figure it out right now.
Same thing, 2 sets of 2.
All right, so just a quick review again, guys. Like, again, when I'm in mount, my heels are in, so when he bridges or bucks, I'm not flying off. I at least got some way of staying attached to him by digging in. My knees are wide. I see a lot of this still. Knees together, and there's too much space. And when we work on escapes, you'll see what I mean in a couple weeks. And you'll need an elbow. You don't want to use space. Knees wide, hips low. And then I want to be chest to chest here. And your hands can be in this vicinity, but I'm never here unless I'm trying to go for a submission. But I'm mostly out here and wide. So this is where I'm going to start. When he pushes, again, I'm going to lean forward and make him carry my weight. I want to tire him out. I'm not just quickly trying to swim through. I want to make him pay attacks.
I was doing that with Phil on Wednesday, but he was almost like pushing me off of him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know what I was doing wrong, but
It seemed
like he's pushing me up way higher.
Higher than like bench pressing up. He's a pretty strong guy, but I'm just dead.
Oh, okay.
And he can push you off a few times and then you'll swim. By the third time, he can't do it again. He's already too tired to bench press you off again. So just kind of 1, 2. Same thing, 1, 2. When he tries to trap your arm, it's palm up, pull it out, back down. Palm up, pull it out, back down. When he tries to get his elbow in, to go knee to elbow escape, which we'll cover, I have to cut his elbow. Lift, drive my knee up. If he does the other side, cut this elbow. From the outside, lift, drive that up, and then he'll work back. If he wants to give up his back, I'm going to let him. Okay, I'm going to turn, follow him. When he pops up, my hooks go in. Okay, my hooks go in. I have to have at least one arm underneath here so I don't fall off the front. This stops me if he puts his butt up from sliding off down. I can stay on him. If I'm here, I'm going to start sliding off. Okay, so I always have to have one underneath. If he wants to go back to his back, I'm going to let him. I'm going to stay tight and smother. So let's start with those. We're going to add a few more. But let's just rotate without. The point of all that is to maintain mount in an effort to tire this guy out. Once he's tired, I can begin to go from. Is that a bird? Did you hit the window?
Something.
Hurt itself? I think it just knocked itself out. Sorry. Poor bird. It's like 30 degrees out. This thing's flying in the windows. All right. So the purpose of all that again is to tire this guy out. When he's tired, I begin to go to submission. First one we're going to look at is the choke from mount. Okay, so he's tired. I'm going to open up his collar and I'm going to get my cross hand in all the way to the mat, like I'm punching the mat. And I usually hang out here, like you see those rodeo Rodeo cow guy, you know, the guys who are trying to do 8 seconds,
Yeah.
the same, I use that same, I get my hand in there and I'm like ready to go, like start the timer. And I use this hand to kind of base and maintain, because this guy's gonna be doing everything he can to prevent this from happening. Once I have that first hand in, I'm gonna go under with my second, equally deep. I have to go under, because if he's keeping his chin tight, I'm never gonna be able to go over and get my hand in. I have to go under. Now, my head goes to the top hand, this side, and I'm squeezing. But look, when I squeeze, I'm digging my heels in so he doesn't bridge me off, and I look to get the tap, okay? So let's work on that real quick. Let's just the mechanics of the choke. When he defends and I can't get my hand through there, I can't just dart it over because he's gonna grab it. And if he grabs my arm, look, he's got both my arms tied up, he's gonna roll me. But what I mean is, like Tim was saying, when he's up, guys do this and they try to roll me. And all I do is attack. I attack this arm here. So I let guys try to roll me, so I hit this.
So you kind of want them to do that?
Yeah, I'll walk him into that. I'll kind of leave that little window open, like, oh, he might let me buck and roll him. No, I want that arm. So my hand goes in, he defends. So instead of going here where he can grab it and tie my arms up and roll me, I put my hand to the mat and I make a big circle. I'm basing out because he might be bridging, trying to throw me off. And when he settles, I'm bringing this arm in and just grabbing his gi material. Now I'm putting downward pressure here. Head goes to your top hand, and I'm pulling the bottom hand through until I get the tap. Okay? So boom, and I'm pulling this one through. So this is what we do with that. But he's just super tight here. He's defending. He doesn't want to let anything happen. We're going to go for an Americana. If you're here for side control, you know what that is. But in this case, he can defend by crossing his arms or keeping them here side by side. If he crosses his arms, look, I want a hand on the elbow and a hand on the wrist. And I'm going to lock my arms out because I'm going to use my body weight to drive it to the mat. Sorry, Tim. Once it's to the mat, I'm dropping my elbow. His defense is to get his hands together. So if he can collapse his hands together and push them above his head, I'm not going to be able to finish. I can start attacking something else, but I'm not going to be able to get the Americana. So as soon as I push, I'm dropping my elbow. This hand is underneath, and I'm going like grabbing my own wrist. To finish, I'm going to lift his elbow and push his wrist down, but I need to bring it down here. I hold the wrist down as I slowly lift the elbow and get the tap. Okay? So if his hands are side by side, it can pick which one I want. Boom. Boom. Here, I have to bring it down and make that space, and then I'm lifting slowly while I keep the wrist down. And slowly, because that's where Phil got hurt, rolling with Travis.